What's up, fellas? Today we're going to be testing out this little bad boy. I know some of you have already seen this device in action and it didn't work too well. Well, I've been doing a lot of research on waste oil combustion, and I've come to the conclusion that based on the forums anyway, people are saying synthetic oil is just a bitch to burn. It's just a pain in the ass to burn. The flash point is 405 degrees on the oil that I run in my car. I know this because I have checked the oil analysis on behalf of this video. You can see here the flash point of my oil when they tested it at Blackstone Labs was 405 degrees. That's pretty hot. And I also read some stuff about some waste oil burners that are used in mechanic shops won't burn synthetic oil. Some of them you have to put diesel oil in to get them to work. The only nozzle that I have ever built that will burn this oil without any combustion chamber whatsoever is this bad boy right here. This video was not about this one, but I just wanted to show it to you guys real quick, because if you're trying to build one of these, you're going to be very interested in this information. This unit right here can burn straight synthetic oil just as is. It produces such a fine mist. It's a pretty awesome little tip, and that came off of this right here, which cost me $4.99 or $5.60, whatever it really was. But it was a great deal. I did slightly modify that a little bit. There is a video on that, and I'll leave a link in the description, and possibly in the future you'll find a link to the next video on that experiment. It's just too cold out to do a lot of testing, but at any rate, I want to show you guys what this little sucker can do. This cost me $10 at Harbor Freight. It will siphon, but it doesn't siphon at a high enough rate to combust. You'd have to be burning pure gas. There's just not enough oil in there. It might under the right circumstances, but this is not that kind of nozzle. This is a pressurized nozzle, meaning it has pressurized oil and pressurized air going into it. I'm using this pump setup that I built, and we're going to take a quick look at this thing. I'm only going to do some quick little tests just to show you the massive flame we get off of this thing. And it's probably a little too big. Thinking I ought to dial it down. For now, I just want to show you what it can actually do as a spray jet. It does have tremendous potential. If you were going to build a large kiln, you could possibly solder these two pieces together and then remove this plastic, or in some way butcher this thing. You might even be able to protect this plastic in such a way that it won't melt. But we're going to see this thing in action either way. This is a glass fuel filter that I got from O'Reilly's. I'm really kind of liking this thing. I'm not worried about it rupturing necessarily, because it's not going to see a lot of pressure in any of these tests that I'm doing. But you definitely got to have a filter for some of these apertures. They're just way too small. But at any rate, I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to check this thing out. Oops. Oh shit. You get air in my oil line for some reason. Let's see here. That's about 50 psi. 50 psi air pressure. So in conclusion, I'm not done testing this thing. I eventually will come back to some different kinds of oils. But for now, I give this thing a no-go for synthetic motor oil. I had to put quite a bit of gas into this oil to get this to burn. It's just too small to work properly. However, with some decent oil, it would probably work a lot better. Synthetic oil is just really hard to work with. If you can make a nozzle work with synthetic oil, you're really doing something right. I do know that. But at any rate, just thought I'd show you guys that next little test there. So if anyone decided they want to try this, I can't say that I recommend it 100%, but if you're hard up for parts and you don't have any tools or anything, this is something you can just walk into a store and buy and turn into a nozzle, a fairly effective one, without doing any work whatsoever. So if that's you, if you're just some guy who wants to build a forge, by the way, I'm only recommending this for like forges, stuff like that, burning tree stumps or melting some stuff, or not a heating device at all. But at any rate, there you have it. I just wanted to test that one more time with a fuel blend, because after I read about the guys not being able to get an actual commercial waste oil burner to burn synthetic oil, and then hearing that they were adding kerosene, I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of fuel blending. I made one hell of a mess here doing that, but just wanted to give that sucker one more try. The next test I'm going to be doing is going to be on this nozzle here. This nozzle will burn straight synthetic oil without any help. No combustion chamber or nothing. This thing right here, by the way, for it to burn naked like that means that it would perform excellent with a combustion chamber. I may end up adopting this nozzle for this air blower unit that I have here and just run it on a low setting maybe. I'm on the fence about the dual system, but either way you end up needing an oil pump. So you might as well have one that gives it a little air while it's at it.